Happy morning, friends. Hope all of you are doing well. I'm also fine. So, you must have already learned 6 lessons so far. I hope you are now clear with the basic types of sentences, subject types, first person, second person, singular, plural, usages of this, that, these, those, right? And pronunciation of vowels and other miscellaneous pronunciation, right? I hope you must have done very well those chapters, which is very very important. You must have learned in detail the vocabulary and pronunciation. You must have done the exercise also given, and you must have enjoyed the WH family. Now let us proceed ahead with parts of speech. So in that शब्द भेद बोलते हैं ना parts of speech को in Hindi. Okay, in parts of speech the first one is noun. So we are going to start in lesson 7 the concept of noun. So as usual in this chapter also there will be spoken tutorial which you are hearing now, and after that you have to do the practice assignment and then you have to do the test. So shall we enter the lesson number 7? Come, let's go. Well, let's discuss the concept of noun. First we will discuss the concept and then we will discuss about its application. Okay. We have been taught that a noun is the name of a person, place or thing. मुझे पता है आप बहुत बार ऐसा पूछे रहेंगे, तो मैम the name of animal or say dog, how it is considered as a noun again? Yes, I agree. Similarly, the fact is, name of any creature is a noun, be it a human or an animal. But we are habituated to the same definition. So we have been taught and we learned. Okay. Now it's time for us to discuss little bit in detail from the point of view of day-to-day usages of noun. There are various types of noun, but let us discuss few. A proper noun is the name of a creature, place or a thing. Say example, Divyansh, Devapriya, Delhi, Orient fan, Reynolds pen, etc. Common noun denotes the class of a creature, place or a thing. Suppose you heard me saying Videocon TV and Onida TV. So what is common here? Yes, TV is common noun. Okay. Another example, two girls, Ramya and Soumya. Here what is common in both? They are girls. So girl is the common noun here. Let's discuss the third type, collective noun. It denotes a group of creatures, places or things. Example, pupil, family, batch, team, department, corporations, etc. Then comes the material noun, which denotes the name of a material. Example, gold, platinum, diamond, etc. The fifth one is compound noun. It's made up of two or more smaller words. Example, textbook. Here text is one word, book is another. So textbook is a compound noun. Sunflower. I hope you are getting me. Yes. The sixth one is a countable noun. A countable noun can be counted. Example, clock, train, etc. Uncountable noun cannot be counted. Example, snow, rice, etc. So, shall we group all these 7 types we discussed into 2 sections now? We can classify them as abstract noun and concrete noun. Abstract noun is something that we can't touch or see. We can't see, touch, hear, smell, or taste these nouns. For example, kindness, illness, goodness, happiness, freedom, truth, love, misery, reading, sleeping, health, leadership, all these things, but we can feel it, isn't it? I wish to tell you, love is also used as verb. When you say love is life, here love is an abstract noun. When you say I love you, here love is a verb. Okay. Now let's see what is concrete noun. Is some type you can perceive. The concrete nouns can be again grouped as proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun. These we discussed in the earlier slide. Going ahead. Now let's identify the noun. Okay. Now when I say a sentence, I love blue car. Here, car, which is a singular noun. Then I love dogs. Here, dogs, plural noun. Then econ team won the convention. Economic convention team won the convention. Here, team, which is a collective noun. Then comes Chandra is a good girl. Here, what is it? Name, right? Chandra. It's a proper noun. Then another example, rose is a beautiful flower. So here, ma'am, rose is also there, flower is also there. Check it out, flower go, there is an adjective also, right? So we can say flower, which is again a common noun. Okay. Then gold is a precious metal. Yes, gold is a noun and it is a material noun. And human beings can't live without water. So here, water is the material noun again. I wish to tell certain do's and do nots in this appropriate use of noun. Okay, right. Much is used with uncountable noun and many is not used with uncountable nouns. Okay. So we say that how much money have you got? Don't say how many money have you got. You're getting me? So what is the right use? How much money have you got? Similarly, many is used with countable nouns. Example, how many children do you have? Don't say how much children you have. You're getting me? This is a common problem. Like appropriate usage is the challenge for many. Misuse of such certain things is like, it creates an image. So you have to focus, you have to learn, you have to observe, not to make that mistake again. So that's why these do's and do nots are given. Use collective nouns properly. There are about 200 collective nouns in English to describe group of animals, people and things. So never goof up using the collective nouns. Don't ignore to learn and remember that. Collective nouns are usually singular because they refer to single group of animals, people or things. Example, herd. Herds nahi bolte. Herd of cattle, herd of buffalo. Okay. Like similarly, school of fish bolte hain. Then like this, range of mountain bolte hain. Ranges of mountain nahi bolte hain. Then bunch of grapes, groups of people. Then like crowd bolte hain, gang. Then squad, faculty. Okay, faculties nahi bolte, faculty members bolte hain. So these are the common usages. Now, remember, noun like furniture, information, advice, news, luggage, scenery normally have only a singular form. The noun following one of, some of, none of and similar expression must be plural in number, but the verb must agree with the subject in number. Now, news is a singular uncountable noun. Therefore, it has to be used with a singular determiner. You will learn more about determiner in another lesson. Okay. Expression like the poor, the blind, the deaf, etc. are always plural. We won't have to make their plural forms by adding s to them. Poors, blinds, bolne ki zarurat nahi hai. The blind is more than enough. Then another common mistake is advisors. No, don't say that. Advice is an uncountable noun. It does not have a plural form. Okay, so the determiner many is only used with plural countable nouns. Okay, the nouns sheep and deer have identical singular and plural form. Sheep sheepy bolte हैं, sheep sheeps नहीं बोलते हैं. Similarly, expressions like cousin sister and cousin brother are wrong. Don't use like he is my cousin. He बोल दिया तो cousin brother है ना, implied है ना, तो he is my cousin बोल दो, he is my cousin brother नहीं बोलने का. She is my cousin. It means what? She is my cousin sister. So no need to tell that cousin brother and cousin sister concept. Common mistake. Okay, let's discuss and what is the correct usage. We have decided to buy some furnitures, which is wrong. What you have to say? We have decided to buy some furniture. We have already discussed furniture ही बोलते हैं, furnitures नहीं बोलते हैं. Similarly, you won't say sceneries. You have to say the scenery here is very good. Have you received any information? नहीं पूछने का. What you need to ask? Have you received any information? Okay. Then did you hear these news? Did you hear this news? Not these, but it is this. He is my cousin brother. So I have already told you what you have to say. He is my cousin. It's more than enough. One of my friend has agreed to come with me. What you have to say here? One of my friends has agreed to come with me. Some of my friends has arrived. What you have to say here? Some of my friends have arrived. There is no place on this bus. What you have to say? There is no room on this bus. I am learning a new poetry. नहीं बोलते हैं. What you have to say? I am learning a new poem. So poetry नहीं बोलते हैं, poem बोलते हैं. Okay. I saw two females in the store. What you have to say? I saw two women in the store. Appropriate use. Two females नहीं बोलते हैं, two women बोलते हैं. Okay. He is leaving his service. Never say that. He is leaving his job. That is the correct usage. I visit them once in a week. So what you have to may say here? I visit them once a week. Once in a week नहीं बोलते, once a week. These are the common mistake. Like we due to oversight we make this mistake, so little bit of focus we can correct it. My English is very weak नहीं बोलते हैं. क्या बोलने का? I'm very weak in English. You are going to say that? No way. After this 30 hours of learning, what you will say? You will say I'm very weak in English. No, you will say I'm very strong in spoken English. So children, you have students, you have completed the spoken tutorial part. You have to do the practice assignment and you have to give the test. Before stopping, let me tell you one thing very clearly. Many of the students keep on saying that, ma'am, I'm from vernacular medium, so my English is very poor, you can't expect me to speak fluently. That is not a correct thought process. You need to change this attitude. Even I have been a Malayalam medium student. When I joined college 11th, I faced the same problem. Initially, I thought that this is because of my grammar is weak. So I worked on a bit, but still I was not able to speak English fluently. This was the situation. Then I realized that to speak any language, you do not necessarily need to learn its grammar. Although it is highly recommended, it's always good, you should know it, but it's not mugging up of the grammar which will work. So, as a child, I started speaking in Tamil because when I was 2 years old, but I never learned the Tamil grammar. Then, as I studied in Malayalam medium, okay, it's for the namesake only Malayalam medium. Till 4th only I learned Malayalam. Thereafter, even though my medium of studies is Malayalam, I never learned Malayalam grammar because I was a Sanskrit student. So I learned Sanskrit 1 and Sanskrit 2. So I never learned Malayalam grammar also. So understand, all you need is confidence that whatever you are speaking is correct. But gaining such confidence is easier said than done. I agree. I mean, how do you convince yourself that you are good at something when you know you are not? This is a real challenge. So, then I realized that a big part of any language is spoken using a limited set of words and phrases. So, then what I did, I changed little bit my strategy. Like it was time to learn those frequently used words and phrases. So I started reading English newspapers, magazines, novels, and whichever words I started observing that as a new or commonly used, I started writing in a notebook, and then slowly I improved my vocabulary. Okay, now I started gaining confidence. I'm talking about my 11th standard children. Like, then I started having conversation with my friends in English, but still I used to choke in pressure situation. Like I could not ask questions in lectures, I could not make announcement from the stage. Then, to solve this issue, I started talking to myself in English. I used to read a single news topic from 3 to 4 sources. Then, what I used to do, I become the news reader. The way in television they give news reading, I started, imitating them. I started becoming a news reader. Later, over a period of time, of few months, I was comfortable. I was fairly comfortable with English. Later, by graduation time, I was able to have a proper common conversation in English. Initially, I failed at some instances, but that is part of any learning curve. You have to accept. Um, because I wanted to improve my vocabulary, so I worked for it and I could gain the confidence. I believe there is no shortcut. I have been reading English newspapers. Nowadays you are very lucky. You are getting so many newspaper articles daily. You are getting lot of e-content. You can Sabka Guru, Mahaguru, Google Guru. Just Google out. You will get like everything. For us, we need to sit with that dictionary, and searching in the dictionary was a task. Now you just ask, Google Assistant will come and throw what is the meaning of some word. You say, you will get that all the dictionary meaning you will get. Your life has become very easy, but you are complicating it. English is just a language of communication. It's just a mode of communication. It's just a medium of communication. Come on, start speaking in English. It's okay if you are making mistake. Commonly used, phrases and words, if you learn, you can start improving. Always remember that it's okay to be a bad at a language that you have never spoken. There is nothing wrong with it. That's not your mother tongue. You are learning it. So don't be don't feel ashamed and keep quiet. Just no trying. Don't do. It's enough. Now start speaking in English. I hope it helps to boost your confidence, and it will help you to speak English effortless and powerful English. So you are going to now practice the assignment, and then you are going to give the test. So children, happy learning. Stay safe, stay blessed. Thank you.